Could I have your attention, please? In about 5 minutes, we will begin the 180th commencement ceremony at Mary Baldwin University. I have a few announcements to make before we start. Complimentary bottles of drinking water are available at the hospitality tables in the rear of the room. Professional photographs of each student receiving their diploma will be taken by Grad Images. Proofs will be sent to each graduate's MBU email in about 3 days. We strongly suggest that you take advantage of this service to get the best handshake photo available. We ask that you do not take photos while standing in aisleways, as these areas need to be kept clear for safety's sake. We also ask that you be courteous of others by not blocking their view whenever you stand. And we ask that you turn off the ringer on your mobile phone at this time. You don't want to be that person. Thank you.
Good morning.
Good morning.
On behalf of the faculty, staff, administration, and Board of Trustees, it is my great pleasure to present to you the 2022 Mary Baldwin University graduates of the Murphy-Deming College of Health Sciences, the College of Business and Professional Studies, the College of Education, and Shakespeare and Performance. Ladies and gentlemen, will you please rise again for the posting of the colors and the singing of our national anthem? Please be seated. Well, good morning. Good morning. Graduates, distinguished platform and honored guests, family and friends. On behalf of the faculty, staff, administration, and board of trustees, it is my great privilege to welcome the class of 2022 graduates of the Murphy-Deming College of Health Sciences, the College of Business and Professional Studies, the College of Education, and Shakespeare and Performance, their parents, families, and friends, to the 180th ceremonies of Mary Baldwin University. In this moment, dreams are reality. Yeah, give yourself a big round of applause. Your dreams are reality. Today, the profound belief we held in each of you is manifest. We are filled with joy and pride. Graduates of 2022, congratulations. This is your day. You have made it here. Even though we aren't together outside on our beloved terrace and hill this morning, we are together. We are so grateful to be assembled here, the Mary Baldwin family. We're celebrating today 121 Murphy-Deming graduates and 154 graduates in Shakespeare and Performance, Education, Higher Education, Behavioral Analysis, and the Master of Business Administration. Class of 2022, you have endured and excelled despite the unprecedented uncertainty thrust upon us by the pandemic. There was no script for the pivots you navigated, for your personal journey, your education, and your family's circumstances. Everyone was unsure on some days what to do next in the midst of a global health crisis, pressing issues of social justice, and chaos on many other levels. So thank you for the courage that you have shown. You have paved the way to your future. You're paving the way to our future. Through all this, you honed your values. You harbored hope. You drew inspiration from uncertainty. In so doing, you inspire us. There were days of weariness and discouragement, to be sure, but you are stronger now than you realize. You have a reservoir of resilience. We know that you leave us empowered to lead. Be unconquered. Give selflessly, and love hard. Most of all, never underestimate yourselves. We will never underestimate you. So graduates, in this space today, you are supported by your family members and those who are watching us virtually. We know you did not come to this day without their constant love, sacrifice, and support. Will all of the family members of the graduates either raise your hand or please stand as you are able so that the graduates may thank you. Thank you for all you've done to make this day possible for them. Also here with us today are the outstanding faculty who have ignited the fire in your mind, prepared you to deal with complexity and diversity, and instilled in you the confidence of knowledge, animated by compassion and a sense of social responsibility. They will be here for you as you go forth. We honor 2 of our graduate faculty members who are retiring this year for their transformational service, Dr. Ralph Allen Cohen and Dr. Kathy McLeod. Will all the faculty from the colleges please rise so the graduates may thank you and honor you with a great round of applause. Thank you. Please be seated. The deep roots of Mary Baldwin have imbued each of you with our timeless principles. Our deep roots ensure your bold future. Our motto was born in the founding year of the seminary. As the trustees stated, we aim first to prepare students to live in the present with a wise reference to eternity. Non pro tempore, sed aeternitate. We are counting on each of you to assist in shaping the very bright future of Mary Baldwin University. So let us begin this 180th commencement ceremony as we welcome Dr. Catherine Lowe, our university chaplain, to invoke this very special occasion.
Thank you. I wish you could see what I see. This is a beautiful Mary Baldwin mosaic of graduates, family, and friends under the expo roof, and it illuminates how holiness shines in the relationships formed, in wisdom gained, and memories made. We direct our hearts toward the graduates for their pursuit of knowledge and wisdom, and their families for the support. Their diligence and perseverance to get to this day, especially through a pandemic, offers us hope for the world. It will be a better place. This occasion truly invokes a presence of something greater than any individual. We are united in one body and in one spirit, and together we invoke this sacredness, known and called by many names, with gratitude for all the contributions and care that has made today possible. And for those whose tradition allows, the people say, Amen.
Earlier this week, several awards were given across our graduate programs. I will ask the deans representing each of these programs to come forward and present the names of these honorees. Honorees are asked to stand as their names are called. Dr. Lisa Schoaf, Dean of Murphy-Deming College for Health Sciences, will recognize the Murphy-Deming Award winners. Dr. Schoaf.
Congratulations to the Murphy-Deming College of Health Sciences at Mary Baldwin University, class of 2022. Today, we celebrate graduates in occupational therapy, physical therapy, physician assistant, RN to BSN nursing, Masters of Science in Nursing, and Health Administration. Successful completion of any program at MDCHS demonstrates that you have completed many rigorous courses persevered through academic challenges, and for most of you, completion of multiple clinical experiences to get you here today. Completing your program shows commitment to your chosen health profession. There is such a great need for each of your professions, and there will continue to be as our country emerges from over 2 years in a global pandemic. You have all experienced challenges created by the pandemic as you worked in the U.S. healthcare system during your educational programs. You have likely also seen some innovations because of the pandemic that will continue to be part of our healthcare system post-pandemic. Telehealth as a service delivery model as perhaps the most significant of those innovations. Changes in healthcare will continue, but your programs have prepared you well to be a lifelong learner who can adapt and succeed within these changes. And you can also be a part of affecting those changes. As you leave Mary Baldwin University and MDCHS, you will each have opportunities for leadership in your profession. This could initially be primarily leadership with your patient or client, but hopefully it will include leadership on a team, leadership and advocacy for your patients to ensure they receive needed care, leadership and service on committees and various health-related activities that foster equitable access to care as you gain experience as a clinician. There will be so many opportunities to help shape our U.S. healthcare system in the future. I charge each of you to take up that challenge as you move forward in your careers. Congratulations again on your achievements and success. It is now my distinct pleasure to recognize the Murphy-Deming graduates in each program who have received award recognition this week. These recipients are already aware they've received their awards, so they'll stand as I call their name and remain standing. Please hold your applause until the recipients have been recognized for each award. Thank you. The first one is the Nancy Morse Evans Leadership Award. The Nancy Morse Evans Leadership Award was created through the generosity of Nancy Morse Evans, class of 1970. This award recognizes a graduate of Murphy-Deming College of Health Sciences in occupational therapy, physical therapy, and RN to BSN programs who demonstrated academic excellence, clinical distinction, and a record of service and leadership while in their program. The 2022 recipients are, for the RN to BSN program, Sarah Stevens; for physical therapy, Jose Guevara-Cortez; and in occupational therapy, Caitlin Apple. Please give them a round of applause. Congratulations. The Linda Seastead Stanford Award was created through the generosity of Angela Blose Corley, class of 1967. This award recognizes one graduating student in each of the founding programs of occupational therapy, physical therapy, and physician assistant. Students are selected for this award based on demonstrated excellence in academics, clinical performance, and a record of service and leadership activities during their time in the program. It is my pleasure today to recognize Dr. Stanford, who has joined us for the ceremony and is seated with the faculty. She is the founding vice president of Murphy-Deming College of Health Sciences and the person for whom this award is named. Thank you, Dr. Stanford, for your continued support of Murphy-Deming and its students and graduates. Please stand and be recognized. The 2022 recipients: physical therapy, Emily Chandler; physician assistant, Abigail Manger; occupational therapy, Tony Oliva. Congratulations. The next award is the Outstanding Master of Healthcare Administration Graduate Award. This award is presented annually to one graduating online student based on input and nominations from the MHA faculty. Criteria for the award are overall GPA, quality of coursework, contributions to the field of healthcare, and for demonstrating the highest level of respect and engagement with professors and peers. The 2022 recipient is Emily Hope Carroll. Next is the Outstanding Master of Science and Physician Assistant Graduate Award and is presented annually to one graduating student in the PA program that the faculty believe will be an exemplary graduate. The faculty select a student that is the most well-rounded member of the graduating class who demonstrates consistent academic and clinical excellence, as well as being a trusted colleague to classmates. The 2022 recipient is Benjamin Hensel. Please join me for one more round of applause to congratulate all of these outstanding graduates for their accomplishments. Best of luck to each of you in your future endeavors. It's now my pleasure to introduce Dr. Paul Minzer, Dean of the College of Visual and Performing Arts, who will now recognize award winners in the Shakespeare and Performance program. Dr. Minzer.
Good morning. Good morning. And congratulations to all of the graduate students today and their families who are in attendance. I know that this day marks for you the culmination of 2 or 3 years of grinding work, constant assignments, and the near daily task of having to explain to your younger siblings that you are in the 17th grade, and then the 18th grade, and then the 19th grade, and on and on. Well, you can tell them that today marks something like your last day of class. And as I turn to celebrate the graduates of the Shakespeare and Performance program in particular, I would ask them to harken back to their first day of class many years ago, when the very first thing that their teacher did was took attendance and marked them present. Well, today, on something close to the last day of class, we mark you present. We remark upon your presence, and we celebrate your remarkable presence of mind and body across the last 2 or 3 years. Now, not so long ago, to praise you for your presence alone would have seemed the faintest of all possible praise. But the last few years have usefully taught us that there are many kinds of presence. There is extended presence, distributed presence, virtual presence. And this challenges us to think anew about the role of actual presence, proximate presence, real presence. What are the qualities? What are the properties? What are the values? And what is the value of presence to a graduate education? Well, for the students and faculty of the Shakespeare and Performance program, consider the question asked and answered. Taken literally, the word presence means the fact of being in a certain place. But we have learned together that presence is not alone defined by the contours of place. It is defined by the cartography of the bodies who gather in that place. With our many strengths and our manifold weaknesses, with all our qualities and all our quirks, we have gathered these particular bodies in this particular place and forged an education like none other. And so in this moment, just one last time before we draw back the bow and loose you into the wide and waiting world, we take attendance just one last time and we mark you present. It has been my pleasure to learn with and from you. It has been a privilege to be in your presence. All my heartfelt congratulations and best wishes to you. Yesterday at the Blackfriars Playhouse, the Shakespeare and Performance program distributed several awards, and it would be my pleasure today to call and recognize those award recipients and ask them to stand as you are called. The Ariel Award for Outstanding Program Service and Leadership. The Ariel Award is named after a character in one of Shakespeare's final plays, The Tempest. Ariel is a character who gains freedom by performing acts of service. This award therefore recognizes and reminds us that freedom derives not from an act of self-expression, but from an expression of selflessness. The 22 winner of the Ariel Award for Outstanding Service to our community is Trent Stevens. Would you please stand? During just 2 years in our community, Trent has endeared himself to the Mary Baldwin Theater community at both the graduate and the undergraduate level. As technically adept as he is graciously accommodating, Trent has become the first name that comes to mind when any theater problem, large or small, needs to be fixed. And so now Trent has become a fixture himself, and his generosity and talent makes him a worthy recipient of the 2022 Ariel Service Award. The Shakespeare and Performance Andrew J. Gurr Award for Outstanding Thesis. The Andrew J. Gurr Thesis Award is named after a great scholar of theater history and a great friend both to the American Shakespeare Center and to Mary Baldwin University, where he served as the Elizabeth K. Dunges Visiting Artist Scholar in 2001, the year of the founding of the Shakespeare and Performance Program. And so the Gurr Award is given annually to the MLitt or MFA thesis that the faculty judged to be that year's superior effort among the 30-plus theses written. The 2022 winner of the Andrew J. Gurr Thesis Award is Kaylee Potter. A work of substantial original research, Kaylee's thesis, The Presence of Absence in Henry V, soars as she unlocks the mystery of absence in Henry V and teaches her readers about the play and what Shakespeare seems to have been doing to complicate a play that critics often call a mere pageant. A work of both eloquence and confidence, Kaylee's MLitt thesis shows us the joy of discovery in thinking and writing about plays. Congratulations to Kaylee. I will now ask Pam Bailey, Interim Associate Dean of the College of Education, to come forward. Thank you.
Congratulations, graduates of the College of Education. During this last semester, we have had a lot of our opportunities to celebrate successes and scholarship, but you know, that's just the beginning. So some of those might be when the College of Ed faculty got together and selected 5 students to attend the Teachers of Promise. Teachers of Promise is an institute that, well, this year was held in Short Pump, Virginia, but it's an institute that future teachers go to, or are chosen to go to, that they exhibit exhilaration and just an honor and growth of the profession. So we had 5 of our students go to Teachers of Promise. We also elected a Virginia Scholar. The Virginia Scholar is a student who is a woman who is going to be a key figure in education. Now, some of these were, there's many others, but some of these were awarded last night at our award ceremony. Excuse me. But this is the beginning of the journey. This is, you're starting your coursework, you're in your practicums, you have done all kinds of your student work, your field work, your practicum, your any clinicals. But that's just, like I said, it's just the beginning. We have only begun, but I hope that this journey will never end for you. Your journey to complete your degree have included these practicums that were online. So field work, kind of hard to see everything when you're looking at a screen. Students who may have never seen your faces. Clinicals under restricted conditions. I could go on. There's many other ideas of things that's happening at this time, and some of them are becoming the new norm. In our respective fields, we are quickly transforming. You, along with your current or future students or patients, have experienced the changes brought on by the pandemic. Tom Vander Ark, the CEO of Getting Smart, had an article about all of the things that we endured during the pandemic, but also some of the things that are ongoing, and some of those ideas that are ongoing is how we learn. We don't learn in a narrow set or steps. You know, we don't have tasks or just procedural steps anymore, or a single modality. We've learned that there's more to learning than that, that everyone is capable of deeper learning. We are now seeing credentialed learning experiences as early as high schools. And equity for all students, all individuals. What does this mean, and what does the future hold for you? What will you do in your respective careers that will support all students and all individuals? How will you plan and facilitate lessons that will be different than how you learned? We're now expected to have our lessons that are presented from a learner or student perspective. Only you will know the answer. So don't stop learning. You have begun this deeper look at your respective careers at Mary Baldwin. Now it is time to spread your wings. Search for what is best for you and those in your care, but also take the time to breathe. The next leg of your journey is beginning. For the College of Education, the Outstanding Graduate Student Award goes to Bethany Hagberg. Bethany completed the Master of Education non-licensure program in special education with a 4.0 GPA. She is presently a licensed teacher in Virginia with an endorsement in special education general curriculum K through 12. Dr. Alice Waddell notes, Bethany is one of the most enthusiastic students I have ever had the pleasure of teaching. She goes the extra mile in whatever endeavor she undertakes. Research is one of Bethany's passions. For her master's inquiry research project, she investigated how teachers collaboratively, effectively, in co-teaching classrooms to create successful relationships. Her oral presentation was as exceptional as was her paper. Bethany is married to her college sweetheart. They have 2 children, ages 14 and 16, and she's currently working at Atlee High School in Mechanicsville, Virginia, as a special education teacher. Bethany is a former Peace Corps volunteer and current member of the Rotary Club of Churchill in Richmond, Virginia. This summer, her family will plan to live with her former Peace Corps village in Ecuador for the month of July and to learn more about the Ecuadorian culture. Bethany is an exceptional Master of Education graduate. Please join me in giving her an additional applause. I will now ask Dr. Mary Clay Thomas, Interim Associate Dean of the College of Business and Professional Studies, to come forward.
Good morning. The decision to pursue a master's in business administration is one of the most important that you will make in your career. The current state of the world and our economy adds another layer of complexity. The pandemic has dramatically changed lives, and while uncertainty abounds, now is a perfect time to draw strength from Mary Baldwin University's mission since 1842, empowering inclusive leaders to pursue lives of purpose in a changing world. Our MBA graduates have worked hard and fully understand the importance of maximizing the triple bottom line of people, planet, and profits. Earning your MBA in the Susan Nolan Palmer Graduate Program in Business has offered you an opportunity to work with an exceptional team of leaders and a dedicated core team of faculty mentors who share more than half of a century of experience teaching adult learners. Our faculty are nationally recognized in the academic fields of management, sustainability, strategy, and process improvement. They are true scholar practitioners with over a century of experience in service and manufacturing environments. Our faculty's abilities to blend theory with practice led our students to emerge as leaders in the field of business. Currently in its 5th year, 9 students will earn their MBA this year. These 9 students persevered through the pandemic and included 8 women and 1 man representing majors in strategic management, sustainable enterprises, and healthcare management. They have worked in pharmaceuticals, healthcare, insurance, and other valued service sectors. 5 of our graduates attended Mary Baldwin as undergraduates. And at least 2 of our graduates have firm plans to launch their Apex project businesses. The administration and faculty of the MBA program are very proud of this year's graduating class, and we wish you the best of luck. In the College of Business and Professional Studies, the Susan Nolan Palmer Apex Project Award is bestowed upon the Master of Business Administration student that excels in completing the final project for the program. The selected student exemplifies the ideals of the program in a highly professional manner. This year's recipient is Shannon Sullivan. Shannon Sullivan graduated from Mary Baldwin in 2016 and came back for her MBA in 2020. She specialized in strategic management, and she continues to work in the pharmaceutical industry. After a particularly trying year with corporate mergers and home renovations, Shannon found a new job in the pharmaceutical industry specializing in women's health. Shannon's Apex project, Let's Go There, Your Mental Matters, created a plan for a web-based service with resources to support children and teens with mental health challenges. Shannon's goal was to get the necessary funding so that her site would be accessible to high school and colleges, allowing these important resources to become readily available to young women. Shannon's plan addressed a vital need in the community and did so in a professional and engaging manner. So please join me in congratulating this outstanding award winner.
Many thanks to the deans for highlighting the accomplishments of graduates in each of the colleges, and special congratulations to our award winners. And now the time has come for the investiture of hoods or pins and the conferring of degrees as we honor each graduate individually. Although it's very difficult, please hold your applause until all degrees have been confirmed. Later, graduates, you will be instructed to move your tassels as part of the alumni investiture. So as we begin, first, I call upon Dr. Lisa Schoaf, Dean of the Murphy-Deming College of Health Sciences. This will be Dr. Schoaf's final commencement ceremony, as she will be retiring in December. Dr. Schoaf was the first faculty member hired at Murphy-Deming in 2012, as Murphy-Deming was being envisioned, created, and built. She was instrumental in the design of the programs and the building, and has guided the success of our Murphy-Deming graduates, who now serve as healthcare leaders and change makers across the United States. Lisa, we honor you with deep appreciation and admiration. Let's give her a round of applause.
Thank you so much, President Fox. I'm honored to be here today to present to you a very deserving group of graduates. I want to wish them the very best of success in the future. We will begin with the Doctor of Occupational Therapy. Will the candidates for the Doctor of Occupational Therapy degree please rise? President Fox, upon the recommendation of the faculty, I have the honor of presenting these graduates for the Doctor of Occupational Therapy degree as they come forward to receive their doctoral hoods from Program Director Dr. Allison Ellington and their diplomas. Dr. Sue Stevens, Senior Associate Dean of Murphy-Deming College of Health Sciences, will be assisting today with the hooding.
Upon the recommendation of the faculty, with the approval of the trustees of Mary Baldwin University, and under the authority of the Commonwealth of Virginia, I confer upon you the degree Doctor of Occupational Therapy, together with the rights, privileges, and responsibilities thereunto appertaining. Accept your degree as a sacred trust and hold it with honor.
Please join us in congratulating our 22 graduates of Doctor of Occupational Therapy as they come forward to receive their hooding. Caroline Taylor Adams. Savannah Mackenzie Adams. Caitlin Apple. Kayla Berry. Cassidy Grace Blevins. Sarah Brandon. Erin Lenore Buckingham. Carrie Clausen. Courtney Elizabeth Connor. Karen Peters Connolly. Rebecca Lynn Diggs. Caroline Ann Dominic. Patty L. Drescher. Catherine Marie Eisenhart. Alexi Jarula. Catherine Elizabeth Higgins. Evie Robertson Hunter. Leveline Carr Collar. Madison Gwen Kalski. Caitlin Keck. Kimberly Lynn Kemple. Samantha Mann. Marissa Dolores Nielsen. Brittany Nixon. Tony Oliva. Alan Dwayne Owens. Amante Nicole Perkins. Shally Pham. Lauren Preddy. Emily Renee Reed. Jolynn Christine Shunk. Walisha Stevens. Cindy Ty. Elise Marie Walton. Macy Marie Weber. Jordan McGee Widenhouse. Hannah Marlene Williams. Jamie Yang. Tracy Ewan. Upon the recommendation of the faculty, I have the honor of presenting these graduates for the Doctor of Occupational Therapy degree. President Fox. Congratulations, OT. Will the Doctor of Physical Therapy graduates please rise? President Fox, upon the recommendation of the faculty, I have the honor of presenting these graduates for the Doctor of Physical Therapy degree as they come forward to receive their doctoral hoods from Program Director Dr. Deborah Diaz and their diplomas. Dr. Sue Stevens will again assist with hooding.
Upon the recommendation of the faculty, with the approval of the trustees of Mary Baldwin University, and under the authority of the Commonwealth of Virginia, I confer upon you the degree Doctor of Physical Therapy, together with the rights, privileges, and responsibilities thereunto appertaining. Accept the degree as a sacred trust and hold it with honor.
Thomas Allen. Lauren Nicole Bashada. Megan Brosnan. Emily Chandler. Lauren Cheney. Ashley Chapman. Tiffany Brooke Kohlberg. Daquan Coles. Mitchell Gregory Crenshaw. Morgan Elizabeth Dianis. Jordan Duffy. Caitlin Gibbs. Jose Antonio Guevara Cortez. Caroline Elizabeth Harvey. Brenton Wayne Hevener. Ariana Sloan Johnson. Spencer Joshua Kallman. Jonah Knopp Sargoni. Lindsay V. Kresak. Kyle M. Leonard. Jessica Rose Loopy. Christina Donna Moore. Victoria Louise Neston. Catherine Cheryl Neiman. Hannah Ray Porter. Miyata Quinn. Haval Rashid. Jessica Ann Rader. Jessica Schill. Samantha Sipple. Eric Bradley Spong. Hannah Paige Stewart. Brooke Logan Taylor. Joshua Cole Wilt. Please join us in congratulating our 2022 graduates, the Doctor of Physical Therapy. Will the candidates for the Master of Science and Physician Assistant please rise? President Fox, upon the recommendation of the faculty, I have the honor of presenting these graduates for the Master of Science and Physician Assistant as they come forward to receive their hoods from Program Director Dr. Kent Deduck and their diplomas. Dr. Sue Stevens will again assist with hooding.
Upon the recommendation of the faculty, with the approvals of the trustees of Mary Baldwin University, and under the authority of the Commonwealth of Virginia, I confer upon you the degree Master of Science in Physician Assistant, together with the rights, privileges, and responsibilities thereunto appertaining. Accept your degree as a sacred trust and hold it with honor.
Justin Baker. Philip Benjamin Bly. Kristen Bruce. Porter Grace Clark. Sophie Renee Cook. Benjamin Thomas Cutchins. Kelly Flamond. Delaney Ross Garris. Benjamin Garrick Hensel. Laura Idita. Yong Q Kwan. Sabina Lazar. Emma Lauren Lights. Abigail Kelly Manger. Carly Ann Hope Morris. Michaela Lynn Price. Rachel Areller. Caitlin Murky. Andrew Stark. Jeremiah Stenson. McKenna Ann Stonick. Vicky Cito. Matthew Vogt. Madison Ward. Laura Walford. Alexis Yanef. Please join us in congratulating our 2022 graduates in the Master of Science in Physician System program. Will the candidates for the degree Master of Healthcare Administration please rise? President Fox, upon the recommendation of the faculty, I have the pleasure of presenting to you the candidates in the Master of Healthcare Administration program as they come forward to receive their hoods from Program Director Dr. Kim Nine and their diplomas. Dr. Sue Stevens will again assist with hooding.
Upon the recommendation of the faculty, with the approval of the Board of Trustees and under the authority of the Commonwealth of Virginia, I confer upon you the Master of Healthcare Administration, together with the rights, privileges, and responsibilities thereunto appertaining. Accept your degree as a sacred trust and hold it with honor.
Tabitha Renee Anderson. Emily Hope Carroll. Courtney Alexandria Goodman. Brian William Hassett. Sterling Alexander Jackson. Elin Denise Lee. Elizabeth Ann Schatzer. Julie Smith Hamilton. Janet Tillage. Please join us in congratulating the 2022 graduates in the Master of Health Administration program. Will the candidates for the degree Master of Science in Nursing please rise? President Fox, upon the recommendation of the faculty, I have the pleasure of presenting to you the candidates for the degree Master of Science in Nursing as they come forward to receive their hoods from the RN to BSN Program Director, Dr. Pamela Dressler. Dr. Sue Stevens, thank you again for assisting with the hooding.
Upon the recommendation of the faculty, with the approval of the Board of Trustees of Mary Baldwin University, and under the authority of the Commonwealth of Virginia, I confer upon you the Master of Science in Nursing, together with the rights, privileges, and responsibilities thereunto appertaining. Accept your degree as a sacred trust and hold it with honor.
Christy Lynn Blackstone. Christy is receiving the Master of Science in Nursing, but also a dual degree in Masters of Health Administration. Please join me in congratulating our 2022 graduates of Master in Science in Nursing. Dr. Fox, now for our final group. Will the candidates for the degree Bachelor of Science in Nursing please rise? President Fox, upon the recommendation of the faculty, I have the pleasure of presenting to you the candidates for the degree of Bachelor of Science in Nursing as they come forward to receive their pins from the program director, Dr. Pamela Dressler.
Upon the recommendation of the faculty, with the approval of the trustees of Mary Baldwin University, and under the authority of the Commonwealth of Virginia, I confer upon you the Bachelor of Science in Nursing with the rights, privileges, and responsibilities thereunto appertaining. Accept your degree as a sacred trust and hold it with honor.
Mary Elizabeth Satterley. Please join me in congratulating the 2022 graduates in the Bachelor of Science in Nursing degree. And one final round of applause for all of the distinguished class of 2022 graduates of Murphy-Deming College of Health Sciences. I now call upon Dr. Paul Minzer, Dean of the College of Visual and Performing Arts and Director of the Shakespeare and Performance Program. Dr. Minzer.
Thank you. Good morning, and it is a great pleasure to come before you today to help confer degrees upon a group of deserving graduates. I want to wish them the very best success in the future. Will the candidates who will be receiving the Master of Fine Arts in Shakespeare and Performance please rise? President Fox, upon the recommendation of the faculty, I have the honor of presenting as candidates for the degree Master of Fine Arts in Shakespeare and Performance these graduates standing before you and other members of the graduating class whose names are printed in the official program.
Upon the recommendation of the faculty, with the approval of the trustees of Mary Baldwin University, and under the authority of the Commonwealth of Virginia, I confer upon you the Master of Fine Arts in Shakespeare and Performance, together with the rights, privileges, and responsibilities thereunto appertaining. Accept this degree as a sacred trust and hold it with honor.
I would now ask each Master of Fine Arts graduate to come forward individually to receive your diploma and hood. Interim Provost and Chief Academic Officer Dr. Tanisha Willingham will assist with the hooding. Callie Nicole Banholzer. Michael R. Blackwood. Haley Malin Davis. Robert Thomas Goshaw. Michaela Barrett Harmon. Amy Elizabeth Ippolito. Amber Rose James. Amy Grace Kimbrough. Thomas Kent Prater. Helen E. Sanders. Trent Stevens. Please join me in congratulating these distinguished graduates of the Shakespeare and Performance program of Mary Baldwin University. Will the candidates who will be receiving the Master of Letters in Shakespeare and Performance degree please rise? President Fox, upon the recommendation of the faculty, I have the honor of presenting as candidates for the degree Master of Letters in Shakespeare and Performance these graduates standing before you and other members of the graduating class whose names are printed in the official program.
Upon the recommendation of the faculty, with the approval of the trustees of Mary Baldwin University, and under the authority of the Commonwealth of Virginia, I confer upon you the Master of Letters in Shakespeare and Performance, together with the rights, privileges, and responsibilities thereunto appertaining. Accept this degree as a sacred trust and hold it in honor.
I would now ask each Master of Letters graduate to come forward individually to receive your diploma and hood, assisted again by Dr. Tanisha Willingham. Samantha Lee Corey. George Lovett Durfee. Macy Foss. Kara Leanne Hankard. Kelsey Marie Harrison. Elizabeth Hayward. Andrew Stephen Knight. Kelsey Lindberg. Rachel Elizabeth Lewis. Dylan Thomas Mabe. Madison Matfield. William Metz. Peyton Giles Mitchell. Mary Kaylee Potter. Rosemary Faith Richards. Madison Danielle Rudolph. Elizabeth C. Somerville. Caitlin Elizabeth Spurgeon. Keith Andrew Taylor. Jordan Elizabeth Willis. Please join me in congratulating these distinguished graduates of the Shakespeare Performance Program at Mary Baldwin University.
Dr. Pamela Bailey, Interim Associate Dean of the College of Education, will now come forward to present the candidates from the College of Education.
Today, the College of Education, with great pride, we acknowledge graduates of our Master of Education and our Master of Arts in Teaching programs, most of whom are practicing teachers advancing their education. We will also be acknowledging the graduates of the Master of Science Applied Behavior Analysis program and the Master of Science in Higher Education. I would now ask each Master of Science in Applied Behavior Analysis graduates to rise. President Fox, upon the recommendation of the faculty, I have the honor of presenting to you the candidates for the Master of Science in Applied Behavior Analysis standing before you and other members of the graduating class whose names are printed in the official program.
Upon the recommendation of the faculty and with the approval of the trustees of Mary Baldwin University, under the authority of the Commonwealth of Virginia, I confer upon you the Master of Science in Applied Behavior Analysis, together with the rights, privileges, and responsibilities thereunto appertaining. Accept this degree as a sacred trust and hold it in honor.
I would now ask each Master of Science in Applied Behavior Analysis graduate to come forward individually to receive your diploma and hood from Interim Provost and Chief Academic Officer, Dr. Tanisha Willingham, who will assist with the hooding. Terry Buddy, excuse me. Crystal Erickson. Dominique Kavina Fink. Jasmine Hernandez. Jasmine Monique Koger. Walter Mickey. Summer Petreka. Jordan Nicole Price. Helena? Okay. Jessica Helena Sherrard. Nicole Shiflett. Jessica Ann Taylor. Amanda Joy Zepp. Please join me in congratulating the distinguished graduates of the College of Education. And now, will the candidates for the Master of Science in Higher Education please rise? President Fox, upon the recommendation of the faculty, I have the honor of presenting to you the candidates for the Master of Science in Higher Education standing before you and other members of the graduating class whose names are printed in the official program.
Upon the recommendation of the faculty, with the approval of the trustees of Mary Baldwin University, and under the authority of the Commonwealth of Virginia, I confer upon you the Master of Science in Higher Education, together with the rights, privileges, and responsibilities thereunto appertaining. Accept this degree as a sacred trust and hold it in honor.
I would now ask each Master of Science in Higher Education graduate to come forward individually to receive your diploma and hood from Interim Provost and Chief Academic Officer, Dr. Tanisha Willingham. Heidi Bustos. Anna Marie Courtney. J.D. Doswell. Amber Randall Ocasio. Please join me in congratulating these distinguished graduates of the College of Education of Mary Baldwin University. And now, will the candidates for the Master of Education please rise? President Fox, upon the recommendation of the faculty, I have the honor of presenting to you the candidates for the Master of Education standing before you and other members of the graduating class whose names are printed in the official program.
Upon the recommendation of the faculty, with the approval of the trustees of Mary Baldwin University, and under the authority of the Commonwealth of Virginia, I confer upon you the Master of Education, together with the rights, privileges, and responsibilities thereunto appertaining. Accept this degree as a sacred trust and hold it in honor.
I would now ask each Master of Education graduate to come forward individually to receive the diploma and hood from Interim Provost and Chief Academic Officer, Dr. Tanisha Willingham. Please join. Excuse me. Hannah Rebecca Benfelt. Bonnie Boyd. Alana Jill Downer. Abigail Caroline Irvine. Irvin. Bethany Hagberg. Ashley Isaac. Destiny Prophet. Janelle Marie Ramos. Lauren Elizabeth Rochetti. Caroline Vincent. Camille Elizabeth Weeks. Tammy Wilson. Please join me in congratulating these graduates of the College of Education. Will the candidates who will be receiving the Master of Arts in Teaching please rise? President Fox, upon the recommendation of the faculty, I have the honor of presenting to you the candidates for the Master of Arts in Teaching, standing before you and other members of the graduating class whose names are printed in the official program.
Upon the recommendation of the faculty, with the approval of the trustees of Mary Baldwin University, and under the authority of the Commonwealth of Virginia, I confer upon you the Master of Arts in Teaching, together with the rights, privileges, and responsibilities thereunto appertaining. Accept this degree as a sacred trust and hold it in honor.
I would now ask each Master of Arts in Teaching graduate to come forward individually to receive your diploma and hood from Interim Provost and Chief Academic Officer, Dr. Tanisha Willingham. Deborah Noel Black. Alexis Danielle Brown. Sarah Jane Helen Harrison. Jacqueline Lemoy. Ana Martha Lopez Miguero. Lacey Danielle Norcross. Megan Peary. William Blake Wilson. Please join me in congratulating these distinguished graduates of the College of Education.
Now I would ask Dr. Mary Clay Thomas, Interim Associate Dean of the College of Business and Professional Studies, to come forward to present the candidates for the Master of Business Administration in the Susan Nolan Palmer Graduate Programs in Business.
Today, the College of Business and Professional Studies proudly presents the candidates for the Master of Business Administration degree within the Susan Nolan Palmer Graduate Program in Business. And now, will the candidates who will be receiving the Master of Business Administration degree please rise? President Fox, upon the recommendation of the faculty, I have the honor of presenting as candidates for the degree of Master of Business Administration these graduates standing before you and other members of the graduating class whose names are printed in the official program.
Upon the recommendation of the faculty, with the approval of the trustees of Mary Baldwin University, and under the authority of the Commonwealth of Virginia, I confer upon you the degree Master of Business Administration, together with the rights, privileges, and responsibilities thereunto appertaining. Accept this degree as a sacred trust and hold it in honor.
I would now ask each Master of Business Administration graduate to come forward individually to receive your diploma and hood from Interim Provost and Chief Academic Officer, Dr. Tanisha Willingham. Sierra Michelle Folks. Crystal H. Johnson. Okay. Zachary Joe Thomas Roberts. Shannon Sullivan. Lindsay Marie Simmons Walsh. Brianne Chantel Williams. Please join me in congratulating these distinguished graduates of the Susan Nolan Palmer Graduate Programs in Business.
Ladies and gentlemen, these are the graduates of 2022. One big, more rousing round of applause. We're so very proud of you. So today for our closing remarks and your alumni investiture, will you please welcome Gabby McCree, who is the Mary Baldwin College class of 1983 and chair of the Mary Baldwin University Board of Trustees.
Good morning. On behalf of the Board of Trustees, please accept my heartfelt congratulations upon your graduation today. We are so very proud of you. Although you may have not had the opportunity to meet our 27 trustees, these appointed volunteers live throughout the country, bringing their diverse professional and personal experiences as well as philanthropic support to Mary Baldwin, all with an eye to support you, our students. Our charge as a governing board is to ensure that our noble mission is fulfilled with our students and that Mary Baldwin remains vibrant and relevant for the next generation. You will soon be alumni of our signature graduate programs, and you will go forth to embody our mission of inclusive and empowered leaders prepared to create meaningful change. Our complicated world depends on each of you, and it makes me hopeful to be here with you and proud as an alum. During your time at Mary Baldwin, I realize there have been significant challenges, setbacks, as well as victories for each of you, some to be anticipated as you learned of the demands of your professions in healthcare, education, and business. Other unexpected ones resulted from the pandemic and impactful societal pressures that are now playing out in profound ways in your chosen professions. Despite this dynamic environment, I am confident you will be able to keep learning, adapting, growing to develop as trailblazers and leaders throughout your career. Your MBU education has taught you to be critical and creative thinkers. You have developed specific professional and life skills for your journey ahead. These experiences have made you more resilient, flexible in your evolution, and determined to succeed. Mary Baldwin, too, prepared me for fulfilling professional opportunities in business, education, and nonprofit leadership, all the while inspiring me to become the best citizen of my family and community I could be. My decision to attend Mary Baldwin was largely due to the fact that it was a small women's liberal arts college which had a business major, quite uncommon at the time. I too had a transformational experience at Mary Baldwin. With inspirational faculty and other support, I discovered I was, in fact, a very inquisitive and determined student and leader, eager to take on new challenges. Yet I too faced unforeseen challenges. I lost my mother before my senior year as I was preparing to assume the role of student government president. Here it was my Mary Baldwin family who surrounded me with support, in particular the Dean of Students, Mona Olds, special faculty and friends, as well as the current chair of the Board of Trustees at that time. Rosemarie Senna was the first woman to chair the board, an extremely successful and accomplished woman in corporate America, and instrumental in helping me find my first job in New York City. As you commence today, take time to acknowledge the strength and resilience you have garnered throughout your time at MBU. Acknowledge the meaningful relationships with faculty, staff, and friends. Be grateful for the experience you have had and recognize that MBU truly is your university for life. We are here for you as alumni, for further education, for networking, and for you to return to our beautiful campuses and renew your roots. I charge you to dedicate yourself to become role models in your careers, in your leadership roles, and giving back to your alma mater and community as an inspiration to future Mary Baldwin students. I encourage you to work hard to cherish and maintain your special relationships with your faculty, staff, and friends in order to cement these as lifelong relationships. Life is busy, but I assure you it gets busier, and it can be done. 40 years out, many of my Mary Baldwin classmates support each other through various circles of friendship, cheering each other on in their lives and careers. Almost every time I travel, I try to connect with an MBU friend. In fact, a dear classmate who has had a meaningful career in the field of law is coming tonight from North Carolina for dinner and to attend the undergrad ceremony tomorrow. This summer, I am meeting a fellow classmate at Yellowstone Park. Highly successful in the field of healthcare and pharmaceuticals, she was originally from Wyoming. And at that time, Mary Baldwin was a small college. And so she was an exotic student for my class. One of my college roommates, Helen Forrester, a private business owner in Nashville, has served on several boards of MBU, including the trustees. She originally recruited me to serve on the Board of Trustees. My other roommate, Mary Shuford, was tragically killed in a plane accident a few years after graduation, but I remain close to her family. Her father served on the Board of Trustees, established a scholarship in Mary's honor, and the family supports other parts of Mary Baldwin with their generous giving. Several campus leaders and I stay in touch with Dean of Students Mona Olds, and our class, upon graduation, created a scholarship in her name. Having served as a mentor of young people, I have listened to more graduation talks than you can imagine, which is why I'm wrapping this up shortly. Two stand out as memorable, with the added benefit of time-tested advice. The first was by a now-renowned New York City chef and restaurateur. He explained that throughout his career, at every step, he dedicated himself to be the very best at each particular job along the way, and treating it as the most important job he would ever have. He then went on to recount the beginnings of his illustrious career as the most industrious and accomplished dishwasher he could ever be, moving on to premier vegetable scrubber and so on. I have no recollection of the second speaker, but it connects with the Mary Baldwin theme today. She advised us to occasionally take time out of our busy lives to go to the top of the mountain and reflect, but also reminded us not to stay too long, because as she said, life needs to be lived. I suggest that you return to the breathtaking hills of Mary Baldwin from time to time. Of course, this may not always be physically possible, but it could be a metaphoric exercise as well. Visualizing the beauty, recalling valued relationships, reflecting on meaningful experiences, or reaching out to an MBU connection. And this just might inspire you to have the strength and wisdom to charge back out into the big world. Please know at MBU, we will be here for you, watching with pride, cheering you onward, welcome you back home to these hills, and fulfilling our promise to be your university for life. I too offer assistance to you as the chair of the trustees, just as Rosemary Senna did to me in 1983. Reach out to me through the alumni office if I can be of support and assistance to you. And now, as a 1983 alumna, I have the privilege and honor to ask that you officially move your tassels from left to right. On behalf of the 17,000 active alumni, I welcome you to the newest members of the Mary Baldwin University Alumni Associations. Congratulations on this most auspicious day.
Thank you, Gabby, for your inspirational message for our graduates and also for your unselfish generosity in serving your alma mater and all of her students. So we come to the conclusion of our ceremony, class of 2022. Our world needs you now more than ever. You are compassionate healthcare change makers. You are creative leaders in Shakespeare and performance. You are inclusive leaders educating the next generation as we face an unprecedented shortage of teachers and the pressing societal need for compassionate professionals in behavior analysis. You are entrepreneurs equipped as few others to lead from the position of socially responsible business. So as Gabby said, come back to us often. Draw upon this vast global canvas of Mary Baldwin alumni. Cast your stars among them in a shining constellation. We send you forth today with joyous anticipation of your aspirations and with our deep affection. Please know that wherever you go and wherever you are, the spirit of Mary Baldwin and those who guided your path here are with you always in friendship, honor, sorrow, and laughter. Following the singing of the hymn, Dr. Catherine Lowe will offer the parting blessings and our graduates will recess. Will all audience members please remain in your seats until the graduates have recessed, and there are some refreshments on the tables along the side. I now ask Amber Ocasio, Mary Baldwin class of 2014 and 2022, to come forward to lead us in the singing of the hymn for Mary Baldwin. Will you please stand?
To these halls where wisdom reckons, to these hills where beauty dwells, where the search for learning beckons, where its tumult never quells. Here we bring our childhood visions, stirring in the quest for truth. Here we forge the mind's decisions, tempered by the faith of youth. Friendship, honor, sorrow, laughter are the ways by which we learn. Knowledge first, then wisdom after, love that seeks not for return. When we reach our last tomorrows of our days in class on field,
As we conclude with our hearts directed toward those we love with all the joy, hope, and promise of today, I leave us with a traditional blessing from the Torah. May God, the source of life, the source of mystery, bless you and keep you. May the light of God's face shine upon you and make you glow with grace. May God's face turn toward you and give you peace.